So welcome to this short and uncut. Today I would like to talk about the World Cup in football. I love sports, especially the World Cup, and of course I also like the Summer Olympics. When it comes to the World Cup in football, I can watch games with very small nations and still find that very, very nice. I mean, when it comes to ice hockey, that's not the case. I don't watch teams that I usually do not support when it comes to ice hockey. But when it comes to football and World Cup, you can watch Curacao and Ghana, no problem. I love World Cup in football. And right now, as you probably know, it's going on in the US, in Mexico and in Canada. And it's wonderful. We've just been to the US, not to watch the football, even though on TV we watch some games. But we were first in Houston for a Christian conference, and then we flew to Los Angeles to visit our son, who is at the UCLA at the moment. But when I got back home, I got some questions about this World Cup and why do we go to the US right now? Okay, I told them why we went, and of course then they understand, but I don't understand why they ask these questions. Then I had a rather interesting discussion with some people, and one of them said that the US should not be allowed to host the World Cup in football. Okay, why is that? Then this person said that, well, first of all, they don't really understand the game. Okay, I think and I know that they do, but I also know, of course, that American football is so much bigger in the US than soccer, as they call it, but still they know a lot. And when the Americans put on something, they go all in. I mean, I watched the game between USA against Paraguay on TV, and that room, I can tell you, they went all in. There were cupcakes, there were glitter, there were face painting, they were yelling, they were screaming, there was rolling around on the floor, there was everything. Then the person said to me, very irritated because they call it soccer and not football. Yeah, that's true. But is that a real problem? But this person didn't really know that in the 1860s in England, there were lots of different kind of football games. And so to tell them apart, they named them first rugby football. And it was shortened to be called rugger. Then came this association football, and that was shortened to ASOC, and then it became soccer. So soccer is a British slang from the Oxford students. And when the association football game came to the US in the late 1800s, American football was already very big. So to avoid the confusion, the Americans kept the British slang of soccer for the round ball game. There you have it. Then another person said to me, well, the US is not a democracy and they are also attacking other countries. Well, it is a democracy. I mean, if you like the sitting president or not, that's another thing, but it is a democracy. And yes, they have attacked Iran, etc. But attacking other countries, that is nothing new to the US. They have been attacking Serbia, North Korea, Vietnam, Nazi Germany, Japan, and many other countries, of course. But they are not alone in doing so. I mean, England, I don't know for sure, but I think they attacked 90% of the world countries. And France, they have attacked many countries in the Caribbean, in Asia, and in Africa. My home country of Sweden has attacked most of the neighboring countries. And many of the Middle Eastern countries, they have been invading many countries in the world. So the list could go on and on. But I think these people, they do a huge mistake. They place the US on the same side as Russia, China, North Korea, Islamistic regimes, etc. That is of course not fair, and there is no logic, and it's danger to do so. They focus so much on the US that they forget these other places, and that make us so vulnerable if we are doing so. Then I read one thing that I don't know if that was a joke or something like that, but there's a Swedish comedian who recently been to the US to watch some games with his son, and he said, and I quote him, "In many ways, people in the US, they are really annoying with their Americanization, how loud they are, and so on. But they are actually quite service-minded. They aren't the sort of people that you would have as close friends, but when it comes to events, it's actually quite nice that they are so attentive." End of quote. Well, I have American friends, close friends, and I think they are the best I have. They are fun, they are loving, they are caring, they are open, they are honest, and one thing, they are giving. I just wonder, his statement, how would he get away with that if that was directed to other people groups than the Americans? And also, all these people who say all these strange claims about the US, if they said something about other regimes, would they get on with that? And will they get away with that? Well, I don't think so. Well, Sweden is not in the World Cup anymore, sad to say. So I go USA.